Hey guys, and welcome back to our Malaga career, where we recently have lost to Sunderland, unfortunately, but next up we do have Basel, who are second in the table. As I will now show you, we are standing strong at the top of the table. Hopefully coming through in first will put us with the easier option for the next round, but nevertheless we're going to jump straight into our next game. Right, so we have received another transfer offer for Ignacio Camacho for 22.5 million, which is pretty mental if you ask me. It's a tough one because he's a very good player, but it's a lot of money as well, so we'll look at offering just a little bit more to see if they're still willing to buy. Maybe not 32, maybe 23.5 million, but we'll go for that for now and we'll see if they can get back to us. Okay, so now it's at the point where we're going to be picking our team for the game against Basel. I plan on playing maybe our strongest team, maybe with a few exceptions, and giving a few more guys some other opportunities. But in terms of the baseline of the team on defence, I'm pretty happy with Kamini, Rosales, Rica, Lorente, Villanueva, so you say his name. Dimichelis is one of our highest rated players, but at 35 maybe we won't be playing him as much. So defence I'm happy with. Going into midfield, we've got Camacho, obviously very good, but Fornals, I'm always impressed by him, so we'll put him into the team. Joni, good. Castro is good, but he is a bit low on stamina, so maybe we can look at swapping him with Juan Carr. I think we will. Let's give him a go because we've not played with him yet, but I'm happy with Sandro and all, definitely, for our attacking partners. Okay, third game of our Malaga career is against Basel. We are here at Anfield and we hope to get off to a good start. Pressing nice and early here with Sandro onto Anor. Can't really find anyone. We need some runners, really. Oh, got a lovely 1-2 maybe on. Here's Anor. Go on, hit it, son. Oh, straight off the post. Nice pressing early on though. Oh, they've nicked it off us here. They've managed to get down the left hand side, whipped in a cross. Oh my god, straight into the side netting. Kamini was beaten. Trying to get a late goal into the first half here, pushing down the right hand side with Joni. He's got the pace on him. Oh, lovely bit of skill to get inside. Can he square it? He's had a go to Anor, who's just turned and been useless. And that surely will be, yep, there we go, half time. So it is 0-0 at half time. Not been our best half. Oh, lost the ball in a dangerous position there. They have still got it. Oh, just missing out on that tackle there. They found some space and they've had the shot and it's crept in to that bottom left hand corner. Kamini could not get there. We have struggled so far this game and we have been punished. Into added time now. We may have one more opportunity here. Yes, Keko is on the ball. He's managed to squeeze into the box and he's had the shot, but he's dragged it wide, which is complete bollocks, really. So that does look like we may have our first loss in the European International Cup, and as our first loss with Malaga, which will be, there we go. There's the final whistle. That has showed us our fate. Hopefully we will still be in with a shout of qualifying to the next round. We will see in a minute. But first of all, let's have a look at the match facts. Man, it's pretty ridiculous. We've had more possession, more shots on target, or more shots in general, better pass accuracy. Basically, we've destroyed them, but you know, it's FIFA, so you don't always get what you deserve. So we are back in the main menu, and as you can see, we are no longer in the International European Cup, as the table shown there was our league table. Up there's the confirmation by the board to say we have been knocked out, which I think is completely unfair, considering we were first a minute ago. Before that game we were first, and somehow that did not get us there. But ho hum, we can focus on the league now and get ready, but we will do a quick training session right away. A very nice little training session there. We've got some A's, B's and C's once again, so we are getting through that quickly. So as I said in the previous video, we are going to be planning to make a few transfers for this window, mainly focusing on maybe the wingers and the striking partners, as we are struggling to score many goals, not a lot of goals, many goals at all. We're getting the opportunities, getting on the edge of the area, but we can't get that final shot away or the final ball as such. So we will look to bring in some of those. Also, alongside that, with the additional money we may get from Camacho, with around hopefully 23 million, I do hope to be able to bring in another central midfielder, and the person I'm hoping to get is Yuri Tielemans. I know a lot of you will have heard of him because he has about 90 potential. He's only 19, playing for Anderlecht, so he's a very, very good player. Okay, so here he is, Yuri Tielemans, the man everyone talks about, 19 years old, playing for Anderlecht. Very, very high potential, as he says here, an exciting prospect for the future of football. What we'll do is we'll jump in and inquire and scout him and get their inquiry back as soon as possible. Okay, so Southampton have come back to us and they have matched our asking price of 23.5 million, so hopefully that sale will go ahead and we will have a nice little chunk of added wage, or no, transfer budget towards our funds for our club. Meanwhile, as you can see below, we have Yuri Tielemans' inquiry, and they have considered they will consider a bid in the region of 15.5 million, which is a lot for a man of the age of 19, but we know the potential he does hold, so I think that is more than worth it. So what we will do, I think, is we'll go for a cheeky little bid of maybe 12 million. I think it's a good amount to start at, and then if needs be we can increase it gradually and we can lean on Anderlecht a bit and try and get the best price we can for him, but I feel 12 million is a good place to start at. Okay, and within the second we have the response that we wanted to hear from Anderlecht, is that they're happy for the sale of Tielemans, so we'll jump in straight away and give him a contract. He's only asking for 16 grand per week, which is very reasonable, so I'm happy to give that to him. The length is nice, long, 4 years, which is nice. We'll give him the crucial first team player status, as he will slot straight in to Camacho's role and hopefully deliver the same sort of performances that he did when he was playing for us. So it is official that Ignacio Camacho has been sold to Southampton for 23.5 million, 19 million to our current transfer budget, which we help pay for Tielemans, who has accepted our contract offer as well. So we will accept him definitely straight away and get him included in our first team regardless. We also have a transfer offer for Pablo Fornals, a nice player who I like to use a lot, 20 years old. He's not really worth losing. He's got a lot of potential for the future. He will play alongside Tielemans, I hope, later on during the season as our main two midfielders, providing defence and good attacking attributes between themselves. But we'll do what we did with Camacho and put a counter offer of 22 million, so 22 million, sorry, a very high one. So if we get the money, it's not the end. Okay, so as I said in our last video, we're going to focus a lot on the transfers for this video. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up our transfer networks and our scouts, send them out looking for the talent we want for our clubs, so we can get some more strikers in, maybe some more wingers, and anything to improve our club really. So here we are in the global transfer network. First search we're going to put out is for a striker. We're going to mainly want, I feel, possibly first team quality and maybe prolific as his other attribute. I think will be our best bet to get an overall all-round best option to get some goals on the scoreboard. So age as well, we'll bring it down to 25, maybe 26, so that we can help. Well, we don't want players that are too young, that they don't have the experience, but you don't want them too old that you're going to risk losing a few contracts. Next up we're going to put out is maybe for some wingers. So it's easy to say for your wingers you want them to be really fast and very agile, so you're looking for pacey and dribbling on your attributes. There's a lot of good wingers out there, but they do cost a lot of money. We'll do the same thing with age again. 25 is good, so we get not too young, not too old. You want the average players who don't cost loads and also aren't going to be retiring and let you down. So we have had our first lot of strikers come through our scout, and there's a nice broad selection. We've got some Premier League players, some La Liga, some Bundesliga. So we've got people like Diafra Sakho, Callum Wilson's there, Nabil Fekir, Enner Valencia, lots of players people will have heard of. But in terms of people we want for our team, we're going to need some pacey and strong players. So, but Callum Wilson, I've always admired Callum Wilson. He's got some very nice stats on him. So his athleticism, as you can see, 74 to 84, nice broad spectrum, sprint speed, very nice, agility looking good, good strength, dribbling, 71 to 81. Finishing I can always see as not a massive issue, as we can develop that in our training sessions. We can focus maybe some training sessions just on Callum Wilson, for example, and get his finishing up as high as we can get it. But it's the physical attributes that you struggle on the most. Martin Braithwaite as well looks very nice, very similar to Callum Wilson. Very good athleticism and sprint speed, jumping, strength, it's all there. All his physical attributes are there. Again, you will see that his dribbling very nice, but his finishing again 70. So we can do the same thing, focus on dribbling, finishing, and get those stats up. Right, onto the wingers now, and we start off with a very nice guy, Inaki Williams. As you can see, sprint speed very good, strength, acceleration, agility, jumping, all very, very strong. Dribbling, as you will now see, is also not too bad at all. At 6'1", he is pretty much looking like a powerhouse for the wing, but I'm sure he will definitely come at a very, very, very high cost. So we will have to look around. We will inquire and scout because he does look very, very good. Another player here, Thomas Lamar, very similar to Inaki Williams, not as tall and strong, but he looks even, I know his sprint speed doesn't show it, but I'm sure he's probably quicker and a lot more agile as he's a lot smaller. We will scout and inquire about him too. Okay, so we have had all of our inquiries through for the players we recently have inquired and scouted. First of all, Callum Wilson, 12 million, nice and reasonable price there for him. Martin Braithwaite, 18.5 million. That is quite a lot, so we may have to look elsewhere. Inaki Williams, 28 million. As I said, he would be very, very pricey. And going on to Thomas Lamar at 32.5 million. I think we'll give this one a miss and then save our money for elsewhere. Okay, so going back to Callum Wilson, I feel is our best option, or definitely the best price option. So we'll go in and drop in a £10 million bid, I think is the best option we can give. So we will submit that straight away. One thing I am a fan of doing is getting some young players in your squad. So what I'm going to do quickly is do a quick loan of the Premier League to get some attacking players in, maybe for some substitute appearances throughout the season. One player who has struck my attention is Jonathan Lecco, right wing, 17 years old, 6 foot, from West Brom. Obviously his stats won't be amazing, but he's got some nice sprint speed, nice agility and nice acceleration, so he might give different aspects of playing to the other guys we have in our squad, but he can make some cup appearances maybe off the bench, just give some different people a different chance to play, and maybe look at signing him up in the future. So we'll jump straight in, offer him a loan contract. 1 year is not too bad. We'll be nice to him, maybe give him a 5% bonus for his goal, which probably won't happen, so yeah, there's no problem doing that. Okay, so straight away he has accepted that, so we can bring him into the team as soon as possible. Okay, so Bournemouth have come back and accepted our 10 million transfer offer, which is very nice indeed. So we need to make sure we get Callum Wilson on board and in the squad as soon as possible. So we're going to offer him maybe a little bit more than what he's asking for, of around 55. I feel is a nice number to give him, and we will also give him his squad role as important first team player, as we do have some players with higher ratings already in our team, and 5% goal bonus. Unfortunately, Callum Wilson has declined that offer, saying he loves living in Bournemouth. Now I can see why he would say that, because Bournemouth is such a lovely place this time of year. But anyway, we still want to get him to Malaga, so we're going to have to increase that offer a little bit more. Maybe our wage looking at 60,000, so it is getting a bit pricey now, but he is worth it. Squad role, we will give him that crucial first team player status, just to get his mindset in gear, and even an extra 5% towards his goals. Okay, we have good news. Callum Wilson has accepted that final transfer, or the contract offer, and we can now get him in our squad, and it will give us another different phase of play, maybe taking Sandra out, bringing Callum Wilson in for a bit more pace and power, but that is a very good addition to our squad for now. Okay, so it is now time to get back into our games, and this will be our first game of the league season against Osasuna, so we can get cracking in the La Liga. Hopefully it starts off with a win and then go on to many more. Okay, the team for today, I'm not sure what we're going to do, to be honest. Maybe go with the bog standard team that we had at the beginning, but we have made sure we have our new signings in there, Wilson, Tielemans, and we may even bring up, what's his name? There he is, Lecco. Bringing Lecco onto the bench as well, so we have our full range of substitutes that we can bring on during the second half to make a different impact if we're struggling to get a grip on the game or struggling to have any sort of attacking threat. We are here for the first game of the league season against Osasuna in the La Liga Santander. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm not sure how good Osasuna are, but we're going to give it our all from the first whistle. Okay, so 5 minutes in, we are making a break down the right hand side with Joni breaking free, looking like he's going to whip the cross in. He has done that. It's just missed the head of Sandro, but Rosales just picks it up. Oh, he's going to the byline, getting it back across goal. It is the header from Anor, bulleted past the post. That had to be 1-0 within 5 minutes, but we could not get that on. If that was on target, that would have gone. I mean, that is just why we need to bring on our new strikers already, but we'll go as we are for now. We're okay at the moment. Got the ball in the middle here, looking like we've got a lovely runner, lovely ball out wide to Castro, he's cut inside, feed it into Sandro. What a lovely side-footed controlled volley into the bottom corner via Sandro, showing him that he deserves this position more than Wilson. Look at the replay, what a lovely controlled finish, then nestled in the bottom corner. 1-0 to the Malaga.
So the first goal is 1-0. He gives it back to it. Oh yeah, good position. They've worked this attack very well to quite a dangerous position now.
They're pushing here, they're pressing. Oh, they've had a lovely strike at goal, but Kamini has somehow palmed it so high, it's absolutely ridiculous. But they do have a corner here. Hopefully we'll head this clear, get the head on that, lads. Or we won't at all, and we'll let their tallest player get a lovely clean header, which will put it in the top left hand corner to make it 1-1. We are now drawing after that just crap pace of defending, really. Sorry guys, I did forget to let you know that we do have the super subs on now. As you can see, Callum Wilson striding towards goal. Oh, come on, he's been unfairly tripped on the edge of the box. We will have a free kick, and we do have to get a chance to use the mighty Yuri Tielemans, who is a star-studded free kick man made for these sort of situations. So we will see what we can do. Going top, we'll go for top right bin. Try and curl that in around the wall. It's just wide, just inches wide of the goal. Into added time now. Can we get one more opportunity to make it 2-2 and get that 1 point that we so desperately need? It does not look like it, and no, there is the full-time whistle. Unfortunately, that is our first loss of our first game of the league season. 2-1 loss to Osasuna. Hopefully we will bounce back and get 3 points on the table for the next game. As you can see, here is the live table after the first load of games. We are in 15th, unfortunately, with Osasuna up in 5th. Not the way we wanted to start the season, but it is very, very early doors. We've got our new players yet to make their main impacts in the squad as well. We are back in the menu after our first loss of the season, which we will definitely bounce back from for our next game, but that's all we're going to have time for today in this video. I would like to apologise for the audio. I did have a technical difficulty and have to reread over most of it, but that will be sorted for next time, so thank you for sticking with it. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon.